Hi from Canada. As I do this video, I have to start by telling you on June the 14th in the morning, my friend and I were sitting in this kitchen, and I was telling him, you know, in the United States, they have more crazy, stupid, sick people, and they can have guns. Even the mentally ill people. That's fantastic. And then I told him, I said, but what amazes me is the Republicans are creating this thing called Trumpcare. It's like Republican genocide. And I said, I'm absolutely amazed that they're not getting shot. So I went out to shop, came home to find out that Senator Scalise was shot. And they went looking. The guy went looking for a Republican. Now, do you think that's a coincidence? Probably not. So, Republicans, there's a revolution coming. And you people are evil. I mean, pure evil. To do what you're doing to the poor. In Canada, we don't even have a party, a political party that resembles you. Because it would make us sick. Because we're Canadians. We're a civilized country. We accept immigrants. We're built on immigrants. So I'm thinking, you know, you got, what's his name? Mitch, the cocaine man, McConnell. He's doing all this. I call him the cocaine man because that's what the people that he sells drugs to call him. So, first and foremost, I must admit, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just like out of my head, eh? So it's an observation. I didn't do this video for anybody but me, because I'm going to watch it. So, yeah, that McConnell guy, he is evil. Evil to the core. Now, I understand that it was his in-laws that owned the ship that the cocaine was found on. And they had nothing to do with it. Nothing. I'm sure. But I mean, you have really crazy people, you know? Yeah. That Devin, to cover up Nunes, another sicko. And yeah, there's lots of them. I stated before that in English, when you say that there are a number of things, like a number of good Republicans, that means you can count them on a hand. Maybe two. It's really a good thing you're not Christians. Because if you are, you should all be going to hell. And I was telling my friends, while they were in the room crafting the genocide plan, what if somebody came up and said, what would Jesus do? The Republicans would say, guy sounds Mexican. Can we deport him? Last thing we need is another Mexican. But Jesus wasn't a Mexican, in case you didn't know. So what's happening is you're going to hit critical mass. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Because as this bill passes, even if it's fixed up a little, people are going to die. And what's going to happen, I think, is there's going to be some mentally ill guy whose grandmother took care of him for years who can't afford health care because she can't afford health care. And she dies and he has no one left. And he's saying, what happened? Was it Trumpcare? Oh my God, somebody has to pay. And it's probably going to be a Republican. So, again, I'm one of these individuals who thinks that what I think and I believe is true. Now, you might not be like that, but that's how I am. And I'm seeing this on a daily basis. I mean, you have a Russian asset as the president. That blows me away. He congratulates dictators. What a tool. Can you imagine if the founding fathers came back what they would do? I was listening to a newscast and they said if the founding fathers came back, they would cry at what you have done. Yeah. Like, granted, maybe they weren't a bunch of fun guys either, but you guys, if you had some kind of compassion or, shit like voter suppression, That's sick. What it should be is treasonous. So if somebody's caught participating in voter suppression, they should be tried as a traitor to the American people. And if found guilty, they should be shot on TV. Probably only have to shoot like 50 or 60 of them before they stop. So, but it is a revolution. I know it. I really believe that you're going to see people unite, and you are going to be the enemy. And it's really amazing to sit up here in a civilized country and watch the decay of your democracy. It truly is. Around the world, your president is seen as a joke. They're going to treat him nice to his face, but as soon as he turns his back, they're saying, what an asshole. And it's not just one or two, it's everybody. The only country that he's doing well in, his approval rating, Russia. Go figure. I mean, Putin's proud of his man in Washington to get inside the Oval Office. It's the best buy he's ever had. The British have a couple of documentaries on it. They have one documentary called Putin's Candidate about Trump. And I think we're going to have some interesting times. It's probably going to take a couple of years for this to manifest. And then it's going to start. And when it starts, when this critical mass hits, I believe that it's going to start first with the mentally ill. Because they got fuck all to lose, you know? And they're going to go and get guns and ammunition. And they're going to hide by your house. They might not shoot you, but they might shoot your family. They figure, hey, my family's gone. His should be too, or hers should be too. So, I don't know what this is. It's not really a warning. It's just something that I'm thinking. It'll probably never happen. But if it does, like with what happened on the 14th, I just figured there had to be something. There's just something in the air. When 9/11 happened, you know? The last thing you said was, oh no, it can't be our foreign policy. No, it wasn't. So, the way it's going to work is you're going to make this thing, this Trumpcare, I call it Republican genocide because you want to get rid of the poor, the old, the sick. And there's going to be a few that are going to make it. And I can visualize this, okay? The middle class, they get sick. They go to the hospital. They spend all their savings. And then they have to mortgage the house. And they're still sick. They can't make the mortgage payments. Guess what? The financial institutions come in and foreclose. More Republicans, I'm sure. And they're going to say, oh my God, I've got nothing. And they're going to say, if I got nothing, I got nothing to lose. Where's my gun? So now I can't stress enough that, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. I'm just rambling. So you're listening to the ramblings of a fat old Canadian who has envisioned something in my head, and it's not going to be pretty. Sadly, some Democrats may get caught in the crossfire. Probably only the bad ones. Because I think they're just going to go after the bad folk. But maybe they're not going to be discriminating. They're going to be as discriminating as you are, you know. So, yeah. And, oh yes, somebody else I was thinking about, Jason the asshole Chavez. What a piece of work. Those guys are on, the guys that are bad ones, they're on top, the top list. Even though the insane are insane, they're smart enough to know who's on top, and your pictures are everywhere. They know where you live. So it's only a matter of time. I hope it doesn't happen. Probably won't. I'm just giving you something to think about. There is a possibility that it could happen. Anything is possible. Huh? The Republicans might get back in 2018. Who knows? After they screw up the democracy, it's just a waste. An absolute waste. You could be known as a government that's caring, but you're not. You're going to be known as the government of assholes. Yeah, you probably already know that. Although maybe you think you're not, because you know there are idiots out there who don't know they're idiots, and they get upset when they're told they're idiots by other idiots who say, hey, I'm an idiot. I know. So, but I do hope that you carry out the thing with the guards to protect you, because you're going to need them. Really, you're going to need them. And I'm really glad I'm living up here. If I lived in the States, I'd be dead by now, because I have a whole bunch of health issues. And I live in a country that has free health care from cradle to grave. Unreal. And you call yourself an industrialized country. Excuse the laughter that's heard by all the industrialized countries that have Medicare. Well, they have their own health care systems. And it's not the greatest, but I'm alive. And it didn't cost me a cent. I've been in the hospital 3 times. So, yeah, I just wanted to make this video. So, there might be a couple of people who'll watch it. And they'll say, oh, that guy's crazy. But there might be somebody else who's crazy in a different way. And they'll remember who did this to them. I know that outside of Washington, into the outside of your country, the outlying areas, nobody cares. Nobody's watching YouTube. Nobody's watching the news. They're too busy trying to think about jobs and health care. But eventually, some of them will check it out. And they'll say, wow, that's what that guy looks like. And he lives over there. So, like I'm a Canadian. We're not violent, but I'm just telling you what I see in my brain. And it's not a pretty sight. Not a pretty sight at all. So, I'll let it go for now. I have others that are coming up that are going to talk about how evil you people are. Remember, Putin loves you. All you Republicans. That's why they're having so much trouble getting anything done. The Republicans are behind with Putin. That's what I believe. Because, I mean, the president is. He's got a thing for him. Not romantic. Well, maybe, I don't know. He's just thinking that fat president of yours having sex makes me want to puke. Oh, God. So, keep the faith. Bye.